In Catalonia, in Spain, I teach teenagers between 12 to 14 years old. And I had to say that I came here to Bett just for one reason. I wanted to make a confession. I'm a geek. I've been a geek since I was a child. I loved playing games. I started playing chess when I was very little. And then I went through all the games and continue exploring the world of games. But I'm also a geek about stories. I don't know how many children's storybooks because I used to teach in primary education. And I had a daughter. I told her stories every night. And then I got to know these role-playing games where you mix games and storytelling. So, and I suppose you know how it goes. There's a person telling a story, and then the players are participating as the heroes of the story. So very geeky. Long story short, I ended up in this high school in Instituto Morell, near Barcelona, we could say, 1 hour away from Barcelona. And when I arrived there, they told me that I had to teach this elective subject that is called Fantasy Island. And then a light came up and I said, excuse me, can I play role with my students? And believe it or not, crazy people, they said yes. So basically, what I try to do there is tell my students a story that I'm more or less inventing at the same time we're playing. And they tell me what their characters are doing and they're affecting the story. A lot of times we play the theater of the mind because I want to prove wrong circumventionism. I don't want schools to kill creativity. I want schools to boost it. So a lot of times I don't show them anything. It's just theater of the mind. But other times I do create some maps. And for this, I use artificial intelligence. There's a program that I use that is called Dungeon Alchemist. And don't worry, at the end of my presentation, there will be a QR code where you can scan it. You can see the different tools that I use and some other things like prompts that I use in ChatGPT, etc. Yeah, I can create a map, a floor plan in about 5 minutes, tailored to what I need in the game, and very, very interactive, as you will see in a minute. If I have to buy every single map that I need for my game with my salary of a teacher, I wouldn't be able to afford it. So, once we had that, and we are with the students playing the game, and we are exploring a certain building, they decide where to go, and they move around the building. I want to go to the right, I want to go to the left, and they cannot see beyond closed doors unless they open it. For this, I use Foundry Virtual Tabletop, which is also a geeky application for playing role games. I thought it would be nice to use it in the pastoral too. Yeah. The objective of this subject is to improve the oral communication in English of our students. And they have to speak a lot. They have to decide what to do. They have to listen to the story and participate. But I didn't want this to be the only objective in the subject. I also wanted them to have a chance to read, because reading, when you're learning a foreign language, can be very important to improve the command of a language. And for that, I wanted to give them adapted texts. Writing an adapted text to A2, for example, in the Common European Framework, can be a very, very tiring task, a very demanding task. So I decided to use our friend ChatGPT. And then I created a prompt where I would tell ChatGPT, hello there, I want you to help me create a fantasy writing that talks about a role-playing game that I'm playing with my students. I need it to be in A2 command of the language. I need it to be interesting. I need it to be fun. And then I also gave it a couple of prompts, like when I tell you new chapter, everything that I explain to you is what happened in the past room. I wanted to make it a story, an adapted A2 story. Whenever I say new character, that's a new character that I'm going to describe for you. I'm going to tell you the name. I wanted to remember this character because it might appear in the game later on. Yeah. And that's what I do. Then when I have this, I just need to go and let's say if it works. Yeah. I write a new chapter, I explain what happened, and ChatGPT works for me. Technology is very important to make our lives easier. It's a way to save some brain energy. When I have this text, I put it into a Google Doc and I share it inside Google Classroom so they can see it. But I want the text to be even more inclusive. So sometimes I tell ChatGPT to create images to illustrate the game. And once there were these two characters, two guards from a castle that were very strong, but not very intelligent. And I asked ChatGPT to create it for me, and this was the result. This is one of the images that it created, and the usual of fib, of course. And as I told you, then this becomes a Google Doc. Here you have some of the illustrations that I created. You will have a link to this Google Doc in case you want to read our adventure. And I keep updating this week after week with the different happenings, so the different adventures that the students are following. As I promised you, here you have the QR code. You can find prompts, links, and programs used. Also, some of the photos that illustrate the story created through ChatGPT. I'm going to give you just a couple of seconds, and thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions or any doubts with a beard, you can ask me those. And if you are interested in sharing this to a treaty, I'm open to that. Thank you.
That was sweet.